This is our trip from Olympia to McMicken Island. Good early afternoon, everybody. It's early afternoon on a cloudy day here in Olympia. We're trying to head out, do an overnighter. We're going to go from Olympia to McMicken Island and anchor out there. Maybe do a little bit of fishing and maybe a little bit of sailing in our dinghy. And then we'll stay the night and we'll sail back tomorrow. Hopefully maybe do some exploring or hiking on the islands up there. It should be a good trip. We got plenty of wind. In fact, I'm just trying to figure out exactly which sail plan I want up right now because there is a lot. Real good wind. I see the sailing clubs out here racing, and those guys are laying way over, so probably will be too. Anyway, I hope it's a good trip. And it looks like the local rowing club's about to have a practice race. I always see them lined up, but I never see them go. So we're going downwind right now pretty good. We've got just the spinnaker up right now, and it's pulling pretty good. We're doing about 5 knots, just the spinnaker up. And I'm making good time. So we're going to see how far we can get today under sail before we have to crank the motor up. Hopefully the wind won't die, and hopefully we get there before dark. There's Olympia in the background. That is the capital of Washington, the Capitol building. This is your birthday weekend. This is Wilson, turning 12 years old. And what did he want for his birthday? And he asked him what he wanted for his birthday. And so, well, let's go. Let's just you and me go out and stay overnight and try to catch some dogfish and do some sailing. So here we are.
Yep.
12 years.
Hey, look at him go. Fix something out. We got the steering wheel spinning by itself. There he goes again. My dad going up to do something. As you see, we got GPS. Those purple lines are shown where we have been. We have been to a lot of places.
All right, so now there's lines driving in the water.
See, I'm driving. Okay. We are right now sailing wing on wing with the spinnaker, and we're about to pass through Boston Harbor and go into Dana Passage.
Doing good. Alright, so we're getting close to McMicken Island. We're motoring up there now. We're almost there. Went ahead and dropped the sails. We're motoring. And almost sank the dinghy. Susie too was taking on water. We found out that the motor, she goes too fast, water comes in through the centerboard chunk, and she started filling up. And I happened to look back and noticed the water line was getting close to the top. So we had to pull her up and pull her out of the water and dump her out. She's good to go now. We're just moving slow now, so we don't lose her. She's a good boat. We like her. Wilson learned how to bail water after that. I'm gonna start over.
I'm a boat taxi driver.
All right, Wilson is rowing us ashore. We are going to make him into an oarsman. He is going to train hard, fight against the wind, and get us all the way ashore.
I hate this.
And you're doing great. Actually, a little bit impressed. It took a few minutes, but he got us all the way there and did a great job. So what we got? Look how clear the water is here. It is not this clear in Olympia. But you can see the bottom of it's probably about 6 to 8 feet deep right now. And we can see the bottom clear as day. All right, so we're gonna walk around the island here for a little bit.
I want to go back in the water.
Wilson tried to wade in the water and he forgot how tall his boots were and waded out until the water was deeper than his boots were tall. So we've had to wring his socks out already. But we had a really nice trip. It was a really, really fun and entertaining trip out here. So we had a lot of good times. So where we are, I'll go ahead and tell you where we are now. We're on McMicken Island. This is a tiny, tiny island, and it is close to Hairsteen Island. And Hairsteen Island has a national park, and there is a bridge that you can drive across to get to it. However, McMicken Island has no bridge, so you cannot drive to it. But at low tide, there is a land bridge that becomes visible.
Too bad it's high tide.
Yeah, the water's too high right now, so we can't walk across. But at low tide, we can actually walk across to Hairsteen Island for a little while. And it's really interesting as the tide's coming in or going out, you stand and wade in it and see the water, just ripping past your ankles as the tide's moving or current's moving. Now we're going to register because we used a mooring ball, so we have to register now that we're here. This is the park at the main entrance, a little picnic area. We got some picnic tables and it got a couple of outhouses over there. Now on the other side of that fence, you see there's private property. It says do not enter. There is a section of this island that is private property and you cannot go across. I'm not sure if it's a full-time residence or a vacation home. So we're not allowed over in that spot, but the rest of the island is fair game for hiking.
Dog bag there. No, that's a t-shirt. Left to right, Dad?
Go right.
Okay.
On this side.
Yeah, but it's just right over there.
No, it's not. It's on the other side of the island. And now we're headed back to get settled for the evening. It was a great day, and hopefully it'll be a calm night.
Hey, what are you cooking?
Well, for your birthday dinner on the boat, we're gonna have beef stew.
What's in it?
Well, we got some beef, obviously, and some fresh vegetables, some beef broth, and some gravy.
You prepare that all from tonight?
Heck no, that's what it said on the can. And that made for a great meal. This is what the main cabin area looks like after we've had supper. Leave the stove out tonight so we can have breakfast easy in the morning. Store all our gear up front, sleeping bags, sails, food, things of that nature. Now it's finally nighttime here. And I'm up under the Dodger. It's actually started raining. It's raining pretty good. It has been for about almost an hour. The wind completely died, so it's pretty calm out other than the rain. And so I think next we're going to play some cards and try to make it interesting with a little wager. Wilson, how about loser washes dishes every morning for the next month?
No, please.
No?
A week.
A week. All right.
Okay.
All right. The loser of the card game is going to wash dishes for a week. That's a deal. So why don't you go up front and lose?
No. I don't want to wash the dishes.
Well, I think you better get ready, because the first one to get Uno and go out wins. All right, so it's green. Well, here's a green. Skip you again, skip you again. Uno, reverse, out. It turned out to be a wild night with heavy winds and heavy rain. We were rocking and rolling quite a bit, but this morning when I opened up the hatch, the overcast was gone, the winds were not as strong, and this was the kind of beautiful morning you like to wake up to on the water. It was still cold, and the sun had not yet gotten over the trees. Doing pretty good this morning. Heading back, we're doing a little over 5 knots, and the wind's blowing around 12 to 15. It's fluctuating with gusts over 20 as forecasted. We stayed in the shadow of the island for a while, which kept the sea state calm, even though the winds were getting pretty heavy. Later on, after we rounded the island, the water got pretty rough. gusts of 30 miles per hour. And as we come around the other side of this peninsula, the wind's now coming out of the northeast. But it's only about, it's probably closer to 20 to 25, pretty sustained, not real gusty. But just in that period of time, maybe about after about 2 miles, we got a totally different wind. So we're getting close to Boston Harbor. And so we'll probably sail from there to the entrance of Port of Olympia Harbor, the main channel marker, and we'll drop sails there and get on in. So we've probably got about 7 miles to go, I think. And it's been an interesting morning out on the water.
Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoyed the video. We sure had a great time making it, and we'll see you next time.